Hello and welcome to the Little Cottage. In this video we're going to talk about what to do when you don't have a massive retirement fund. You may not even have a home, but there are ways, if you can think outside of the box, to do what the world says you can't do. I'm here to share with you our story of how we do this on a minimal budget, a small pension, and just a few little extra jars here and there to top it all up. I'd love for you to come on the journey with me of how we embrace a rich life on a minimal budget. We're going to talk about how to live frugally, how to travel, and how to just have a darn good life. This is where we live, in our little tiny cottage. That door over there leads to the bedroom, and there's another door just there that leads to the bathroom. And that is it. So it's a bit of a challenge, but this is our life right now. We have 6 acres out there and it's beautiful. We have nothing to complain about. Anyway, today we're doing something very different because normally I don't do a talking head. I've done a couple and I'm not very good at it, so I just ask you to stay with me for the journey. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's happening here at the Little Cottage. You've seen a little bit of what we're all about. This is a little tiny house next to the main house. We're on 6 acres of land and it's just beautiful, but it comes with challenges. And right now we're at a pivot point in our life. My husband has just retired. I'm semi-retired. Semi-retirement, I call it. But to be completely honest with you, we're doing it a little bit differently than how society tells us we should because of our journey. Those of you that have been here for a while might know that maybe 12 years ago, my husband had a terrible accident. I had a little bit of work, but we were bringing up the kids still. At the time, they were 12 and 8. This is some years later when we took them back to where the accident happened. Here we are with Anua, the man that helped us so much. We were able to go back some years later to thank him and some other people that have helped us. And this was when we finally made it home after being in hospital overseas. We were blessed to have our bigger kids standing alongside us. At the time of the accident, they flew over our eldest son. While we were at the hospital, he and some of the Malaysian people that we met kept them quite entertained. There were many, many days of recovery after the accident. We had to move to the city. It was quite a big season for us. So, in saying all of that, we do not have a home. We're not your regular retirees that can retire on a big super. I'm going to start this again. I really struggle telling the story. How do I pack it all in? I don't know how to pack this all into one little video. In fact, I don't think I can. But if you stay here for a little while, you'll hear a little bit of our journey. So I'm just going to keep going. Our life changed forever, so we were just about to buy a house. We'd gone through all the motions, we were walking down that road, but what happened after that accident changed everything for us. And after a little while we realised that he wasn't getting better. They'd missed a few things. He had a serious spinal injury. The accident happened overseas and they'd treated the head injury and totally missed the spinal injury. which we found out about. He had a head injury, so it was a bit of a challenge, and we ended up having to leave our lovely little home that we lived in on the little, it was on like a wetland, so very similar to here. We were having a very similar kind of life, so it's just wonderful to be back here on the land and enjoying the life that we had before we left 12 years ago. So in that time, we had 5 years where my husband couldn't work. He was in recovery, and in that journey he got cancer. So, you know, it's been a bit of a journey for us financially. So we don't have superannuation. He hasn't got any because we had to draw on that to live for 5 years while he was going through operations. He had a spinal operation, he had a heart ablation, and he had he also had a hernia thrown into all that, and a serious operation for the cancer that he had. And the cancer has just returned, and so we're in a really interesting time in our life. But do you know what? I just want to say to you, no matter what you're facing, you can face it with joy, and you can just don't worry about what the world says and how they say to live, because your attitude and your mindset can change everything. And we've lived the last 12 years like that, and we've had the best life. We've traveled and we've done things in the middle of operations and all that sort of thing. And yes, it hasn't always been easy, but do you know what? We've been provided for miraculously over and over, because we've put our trust in a God who can keep us going when the world says it can't. So be encouraged. We've done that because we chose not to be defined by what the doctors were saying, also by what the world was saying. We need all this stuff. We've just lived. Actually, we have a faith, so we do have a strong faith. I don't know if you believe in God, but some call it the universe. I call him God, and he has been a mainstay for us. So I want to share with you what we're doing in the season to come. In November, on the 10th of November actually, we'll be going away for 3.5 months, and it's a long time. We have some money saved up, which we've been working towards, but we don't save a lot. But I want to share with you little things that could change things for you if you have a different mindset. So that's my thoughts today. It's all about mindset and looking at different options, how you can do life. So I don't know what you have on your horizon, but for us, it's travel, and it's learning how to do it in a frugal manner. It doesn't mean you have to be poor, it just means you have to budget. The B word isn't a swear word. It just means you've got a means to an end. It means for us that we can do the things that we wouldn't normally be able to do because we're frugal in other areas. So come along for the journey. As much as I'd like to share all those things with you now, I feel like this video's gone in a different direction. So how about we just go on the journey? Stay tuned for the next video, and we'll see you and share with you our adventure along the way.